Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another EVE Online video. Now, it's been a while since I've recorded one, and I just want to start off by saying to anyone who has sent me a message in game, a message on Discord, left a YouTube comment, wishing me well and congratulating me on the birth of my son, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And while I could sit here and dote over him all day because he has been an absolute dream, I'm not going to do that. It just obviously, with over the course of, leading up to the birth, and also obviously after the birth, my playtime has dropped significantly, as you can see. Usually I'm up and around about 40 to 50 hours a week, and over the past 2 weeks it's dropped down to about 10 to 15. Slowly but surely that will start making its way back up again. But yeah, if you sent some form of message in whatever form that was in, I do appreciate it. There was a lot, not only through that or sort of thing, but family members and personal friends and stuff send messages. The first few days were overwhelming, not because of him, but just the amount of people that were trying to get in contact and call into the house and stuff. It was overwhelming, so if I didn't get to your comments or your messages within the first few days, I do apologise. There was just a lot going on. With that being said, obviously you can see with the title of this video that I have been making some changes, and I actually made some changes just it's probably about a week or so before he was born. If you've seen the last couple of videos, you would know that I had moved to a Null Sec system. By the time that video had actually came out, that I had moved to a Null Sec system, I was already in that system, and I was in Null Sec for about maybe 3 to 4 weeks before that video even done. So I stayed there, for about a month and a half, I believe it was, in and around that amount of time. I subsequently have left Null Sec. What had actually happened was I knew that he was going to be born, and I didn't know when, of course, but what I wanted to do was try and get everything kind of in place for whenever he did make his appearance. And leading up to the birth, my playtime was dropping significantly due to starting to get everything sorted and put into place, but also playing other games as well, because I'm not gonna lie, I was on the verge of just not playing EVE again, for reasons that we will get into in this video. So what I had done was I had packed everything up and I shipped it all back up to Jeddah, and I sold everything, all my ships, all my assets. I sold absolutely everything, and I had left two things and two things only: my bustard and my Astero. Now the reason why I left my bustard was I knew that there was a high chance that the corporation that I was a part of down in Null Sec was going to be coming back, and there was a chance, I don't want to say a high chance, there was a 50-50 chance that I was going to be joining them whenever they returned to the game. Some of them had went off to other corporations within EVE, and some of them had just left EVE altogether. There was a chance that they were coming back, and well, it's not that there was a chance that they were coming back, they are coming back, and some of them are already back. There was a chance that I was joining them, and the reason why it was a chance is because they are all interested in doing faction warfare stuff. I have no interest in faction warfare whatsoever. I just don't. Even with the updates coming up with Pirate faction warfare, still have no interest in it whatsoever. So that was, my thinking was maybe I'll just go down, they do their faction warfare stuff, and I'll just continue doing what I was doing. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, right, so what I will do is I'll train up, I'll put a skill queue on of what I wanted to put on, and I sold everything and left those two ships, and my characters were back in Jeddah. And whenever the whole idea was that I was thinking that I would come back and join them down in Null Sec somewhere or something like that. That didn't happen, and as you can probably see from the the video in the background, that is a keep store, and I don't know if you can actually see it or you can make it out, but what it actually is a keep store that's owned by the Alliance Dracaris, because I have joined a corporation that was an allied corporation of the one that we used to be in, and we have I've moved back down to Null Sec. It's actually a few systems over from the Null Sec systems that I used to be in. I have moved down there, been at that system for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Just doing my things, they're back in the mining, still doing some exploration, doing some ratting, got some PI set up, going about doing that, and I've just been, doing that sort of thing. The reason why I decided to make this change, and the reason it ties in with me almost quitting Eve, is because doing solo Eve is great because you can do what you want when you want. Okay, until a certain point. After that point, it just becomes boring. It becomes to the point where you're like, it's not that you hit burnout, it's just you just start to question why you're doing it, because you don't have anyone really. While there is people around you, there's no one around you who's sitting having a chat with you. There's no one asking you, do you want to go and do this fleet mine, and or there's this moon that's popped in this system, do you want to go mine it with us, or something along those lines. There's none of that, and it became a very, very lonely place for me. Again, while you were surrounded by people, 1,000 people in Jeddah and stuff like that, your locals full, it's just not the same. And it got to a stage where I was like, I need to make a change, because if I don't make a change, I'm going to quit this game, because it's a very lonely game. And while I wanted to join up with the corporation that I used to be a part of, I really do not like faction warfare stuff, and I know that if I had joined that and started doing faction warfare stuff and hated it even more, I would have quit the game then. So I would have. So that is when I got in contact with someone who I used to be in a corporation with, and just said about joining up with him. And it's not his corporation, but he was a director in it, and he was like, yeah, listen, I'll put a word in for you. And about 2 hours later, I was speaking with the CEO, just having a chat with him, and I was telling him about my playstyle, what I like to do. He was telling me what the corporation does, any requirements or anything like that there. And that corporation that I have joined, which if you'd search me up in game, you'd obviously be able to see what corporation it is, but that corporation that I've joined suits me and my playstyle so well, and everything just seems to suit perfectly. Now, obviously, whenever it came to it, I said to him, I was like, listen, is there any requirements on playtime? Because I know that there's certain corporations out there require you to be online a certain amount of times per week or some shit like that. And I just said to him, I was like, listen, my son was born. At that stage, my son was born, a week. So playtime is still up in the air. It's not exactly like I'm getting a chance all the time to sit down and play. And he's like, listen, your family comes first. We know that, we all know that. So it seems to be that I'm going to fit in perfectly well with the corporation that I'm in, and I'm glad that I went with that, because it's kind of breathed a wee bit of new life into the game for me, and I have also been every so often I'll get a notification from Discord, and it'll be fleets being pinged up if you want to join a fleet, and they posted one up on like a Wednesday or Thursday for that Saturday, and I was like, yeah, definitely, I'm down for that. Even though it's just going to be a mining one, it's just getting out and actually doing something with other people is going to be good. But it's not going to stop the videos. Realistically, it's not, because I have very, 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 very little requirements to be in this corporation. I can do what I want when I want. If I want to take a filament and jump halfway across the universe and do some, scanning, I can. So it's not going to stop the videos. It's just going to, what I am going to do is probably just make like a new player thing, like I originally planned to do all those that time ago. New player focused ones, and we'll see about going from there and getting stuff done. But that's the change that I wanted to update you on, because I just didn't want to, you start seeing videos of me just going about things as normal. Next thing you know, I'm in a Null Sec system, and you're going, what the hell has happened here? That's what it is. I joined up with a corporation that I used to be friendly with. Not me personally, but the corporation I was in was friendly with. I'm fit in rightly, and I've been enjoying my time, and it's good to be back in Null Sec because I've missed Null Sec. So that's the basics of it. That's just wanted to run you through that, just so that you have all that information. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching.